Welcome to the 110th episode of the Meeples Society, a podcast about board games hosted by two longtime role players turned avid board gamers. My name is Katie.
I'm Greg.
On this episode, we start out with a bunch of questions and comments from you. Then we move into a couple of games we've played recently, one that has us following in the footsteps of our ancestors to explore and restore the glory of a bygone age, and another that has us digging into a 70-year-old evidence bag, hoping to solve a murder. We follow this up with not one, but two first looks. We work in the early 1900s to explore dream symbolism of the unconscious mind and wrap it all up with a crash landing on an alien planet separated from our fellow survivors and scattered all over the world. But first.
We actually have some but first.
We have a lot of but first this week.
But first. Let's talk about your activities here lately. Or lack thereof.
Or lack thereof. It's more like it, yes. Okay, so we wanted to bring this up more to explain how sporadic video releases. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Video releases have been. Although I did put up one this morning that I completely forgot was out, that I had already done and was sitting there. Mm-hmm. All right, so this is the first time we have filmed in almost 2 weeks now, because I had back surgery 10 days ago. Yeah, I just had back surgery 10 days ago. And just long story short, I've been dealing with this for several years. I've been dealing with back issues for the better part of 30 years, a hereditary issue, dysdegenerative. I've learned how to deal with that, if that makes any sense. And that's a surgery I don't want. The surgeons have told me you don't want it, and I'm going to hold off on that one. But about 2.5 years ago, when we were putting in the acoustic ceiling in the game room, I started having pains someplace else on my back and middle of my back rather than the base of my spine. Mm-hmm. So I went into the doctor finally, eventually diagnosed with bone spurs. But in the process of that diagnosis, they also discovered some issues with my SI joints. Those had started hurting too. And that was the surgery I recently had. So, I mean, just in the last 2.5 months, I've had 2 procedures on the bone spurs, the back surgery on the SI joints. We've had a wedding. One son and wife move out of the house to their own apartment on the other side of the city. Another son and his wife getting ready to sell their house. It has been a busy couple months. Mm-hmm.
They're moving away from us.
Yes.
They're abandoning us.
We are empty nesters. Finally.
It only took, 34 years?
Well, I mean, to be fair, the first 18, well, actually, the first 22, we weren't ever going to be empty nesters, but
okay.
Regardless. Anyway, so I just wanted to kind of bring that up to explain why the videos have been sporadic and why they might still be sporadic. We are so backed up.
Yes, because you do the editing.
I do.
All the video editing.
Well, I do all the editing, but I also can't sit for very long, so it makes recording difficult. Mm-hmm. We have got a lot of gameplays we want to get done. Games that we've received after we said, that's it, we're not adding any more backup videos to the Playing Through Our Collection series.
Picked up other games.
But yet now,
Kickstarters are coming in. And
we've picked up like 6 more games that will fit into what should be a backup video. So we want to do playthroughs of them or rules breakdowns or reviews or something. And
so we're doing the reviews,
have been played,
here.
But
we're
yes,
doing a lot
exactly.
of reviews here,
That's true. We're going to do the reviews here. Neither of today's is that.
No.
We need to actually, have we done one of them yet?
No.
Okay. Well, okay then. I thought we had. Oh, well, I'll find it later if we have.
Camping season, maybe?
Nope, that was a backup video.
No, I meant the other one. What's the other one?
Oh.
The one where you're building the campground.
That was camping season.
Was that camping season?
Yes, that was camping season.
Was
the
that
other
in
one.
A backup video? Or was it?
I would have to look.
It's been a blur.
I don't remember. Regardless, again, the whole reason, we just wanted to kind of explain why videos might be a little sporadic right now. I am off for another month yet, so hopefully I will, as I start to feel better and can sit for longer periods of time, I will start getting some of these done and out the door. But before I can edit them, we have to get them recorded.
So what you won't see on this podcast, you won't see us pause and let her get up,
let me stand up and walk around for a bit,
and then come back in and sit down.
Yeah, because he
won't
was
get
like,
that part.
He said, I have to be up every 45 minutes, and I have to move around or lay down flat for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Makes for fun making anything.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Okay,
anyway.
Let's move on. Enough of your pains.
Right. All right, upcoming
events. Gen Con. We have information about Gen Con on the games we are playing.
Yes.
And as we've been talking, that me and Katie are teaching games.
Yes.
But producer Justin will be there too.
Yes.
Our son, basically, Justin. Who names the title Producer Justin. Anyway, he's going to be doing 3 games of Heat. So if you're interested in Heat and want to play games with Producer Justin, there you go.
Yeah. Yep.
But we actually have the company or the group that we're going through with, which is called Fight in the Skies Society.
Yes.
And we actually have the times for Saturday as to what game is what.
Okay. Now I will put them up here on the screen, but for those of you not watching, I will also talk about them. All right, so Justin will be there beginning his first game of Heat. Now, they mark it at 10 o'clock. I don't know what it will be in the catalog because it is supposed to allow time for setup in this time frame that they give us. So I'm not sure exactly what time it'll be in the catalog. However, when I looked for Fight in the Skies Society, he is the only person teaching Heat all 4 days.
Well, there you go.
So there you go. But his first, he will be there by 10 a.m. and will run all the way through 6 p.m. at night with games every 2 hours. Right? Yeah. Well, 10 a.m. His start times are considered 10, 12, and 2. I haven't clarified whether that first hour is set up or exactly what time it'll say in the book, though. So anyway, 10, 12, and 2 is what I have. Mm-hmm. You will be doing Rock Hard 1977 and Firefly.
Correct.
Starting at noon with Rock Hard 1977, and then you will have a second game at 4 o'clock. Again, I don't know what the setup time, so I don't know exactly what it'll be. But again, you are the only person in this group doing Rock Hard 1977 and Firefly. So if you look up Fight in the Sky Society and Firefly or Rock Hard 1977, it'll be him.
Me.
We have the
you didn't
Firefly.
Say the time on Firefly.
It's 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Okay.
I was coming to it. And mine might be a little more difficult though, because I am doing 2 games of Earth, one starting at noon, one starting at 4 or thereabouts. But there's somebody else doing Earth on the exact same day at like 2. So mine starts at noon and 4 and her starts at 2. And if it's not bad enough, her first name is Catherine also.
Oh, jeez.
So, I'm sorry. But those are the only 3 games of Earth currently being taught by Fight in the Skies. Life of the Amazonia. I'm the only one teaching it, so yay, that's a good one. That starts at 2, or again, my time slot is 2 o'clock. And then Planet Unknown, which starts at 6. There is another Planet Unknown being taught, but it's being taught on Thursday. So This is the only one on Saturday. I hope that helps. So if you want to come play in one of our games, again, I will put all this up in the on the screen. I will also put it in the comments
and we can't
on the
promise
YouTube
that
comments.
We'll be actually playing in the game. We're teaching the game.
Yes, it will depend on whether there's an open slot as to whether or not we will be in the game. But again, because of how our games are overlapping,
right, it'd be hard.
It would
for
be
us
very
to get,
difficult,
especially like in Firefly or something.
Yeah, because we're going to have to get up and teach. At some point.
And I got to be able to be there for answers. If anybody has answers in either one of the games.
Chances are, unless it's our last game of the night, we're probably not going to be playing in it. But come check it out, and we would love to meet you. All right. That's Gen Con.
Now, our little log here, the computer decided to rename our 24-hour live to People Live 24 hours, but it's actually Mee-Ople Live. The reason it's Mee-Ople, it's Mee-Ople's, the Mee-Ople Society. The Meeples Society, which is us, and Cooperative Nerds, which is our friends and a video game podcast mostly, have come together. We're doing a 24-hour gaming marathon. It used to say board gaming marathon. Now it's just gaming because we're doing video games and board games on there.
And there's a potential of even a computer game.
Yes, because producer Justin will be coming back from his out-of-state house now.
Yes. By then he should be out of state. Yeah.
He is going to be playing, possibly, he hasn't nailed this down yet, though, but he could be playing the, what's it called? Cityscape?
I think it's Cityscape, yes.
He has his own channel called, what is this channel called?
Bauer Plays It.
Bauer Plays It, and he basically does Cityscape on there. If you've ever seen it, check it out. But he's going to be playing that possibly, and then checking in from time to time, like between games or something. He may check in and say, hey, look at what I've done so far, and kind of explain what he's doing. That may happen, that may not. But
that is still in the works. But we will be doing board games on the main table. We will be doing video games again. We might still be having Hero Quest in here yet. I have not checked with my brother to see if he wants to run it again this year. But if so, we won't have a camera on it for any length of time. It'll be a wandering camera.
We're going to try and use the wandering camera for sure this year.
We've set it up 2 years in a row now, and the first year it didn't get touched. Second year, I grabbed it at one point early on and hit a couple of tables in the dining room that were playing some games, and then it got plugged back in and promptly forgotten about for the rest of the event.
Right. Yep.
Oh, well.
So speaking of the event, we need a date.
June 5th at 8 p.m. is when we go live, and we will run until at least June 6th at 8 p.m. This is Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time, basically New York time. How's that?
There you go.
So if you are someplace else in the country, we are Eastern. If you're someplace else in the world, we're on the same time zone as New York. So there's our dates. Plan again was that, and then multiple tables around the house. We'll have at least 2 or 3 other tables in the house set up for people to game that are here but are maybe not on air at that exact moment, but still want to get some gaming in, because why else come to a gaming marathon if you're not going to game?
So if you're local, meaning the Indy area, and want to come and actually partake in the gaming, because like you said, there'll be gaming tables set up around the house.
Yeah.
For people to play. Plus, we'll have the live table where people are going to be at. And if you want to jump in and you could actually be on live, hit us up in the comments.
Yes. By all means, hit us up in the comments. I will touch base with you separately and get you an address. And
if you're listening to us on the podcast instead of seeing it in video on Spotify and YouTube,
hit us up on Facebook.
Hit us up on Facebook. Come join the Facebook group.
Yes.
You could also message me on Patreon if you were a Patreon member. You can come and be a Patreon member and help support us that way as well. Or Instagram DMs, X DMs.
Yeah.
Although there's ways to get it. Or meeplesociety@mail.com.
I was going to say, we're out there in so many different places now. Yeah. It's not hard to get a hold of us. Yeah. Okay. Is that all the but first?
Well, yeah, no, not really. No? Some people probably don't know what Extra Life is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So Extra Life was founded by a girl.
It was
originally a video gaming
for her. Or was her dad for the benefit of her?
It may have been for her.
I think it was her father.
It's to raise money for children's hospitals, basically, is what it is, to help the sick kids in different children's hospitals. And if you come on, you donate, you can pick the hospital you want to go to, or if you just come to us, we usually do, since we're here in Indianapolis, we do Riley's Children's Hospital.
Right. So everything funnels through Extra Life and then into the Children's Miracle Network.
Yeah, nothing comes through us.
Nothing comes through us directly. To my understanding, Extra Life doesn't even save any of it. They don't take any of it. It's all 100% nonprofit.
It goes straight to the hospitals.
It goes straight to Children's Miracle Network, who funnels it to whichever hospital we specify. Or you specify.
Yeah.
But we are specifying, like you said, we donate through Riley Children's Hospital because you were a Riley baby. Mm-hmm. We've had a niece who was a Riley baby. So, makes sense.
Mm-hmm. You can always come and watch the video, get in the chat, talk to us live.
Please. That's so much fun.
We had one year, the last game we played was Wits and Wagers, and a viewer, David, from Australia, actually got to play in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, one of our guys moved his piece around, and he just communicated through the chat what he wanted to do. It's great.
So
I think
it could happen again.
I think our end game this time might be tumbling dice, but I'm not 100% sure of that. We'll see.
We'll see what it is.
Yeah.
We have not put the game list together yet.
No, and we probably need to get on that.
It's and I haven't gotten a hold of Unearth to see what games they're planning on bringing either. So
we probably need to get on this.
Yep. Okay.
This all goes back to...
That is all of our but first.
Yes. Okay.
Let's move on to some questions.
Yes. Let's do that.
We've had a few questions. So
we have.
This first question is coming from X. Now, I'm calling this guy Mr. X because I remember reading it and making sure, I got to make sure I get this on the show.
Yeah.
I forgot to write down his name, and now I can't seem to find it. I don't know if I deleted it or what, but so we're calling him Mr. X. His questions was, how many games do we own that is only in the collection because of sentimental reasons? And do they ever come off the shelf?
Okay. Well, first, that's why we did the playing through our collection, is to ensure that everything came off the shelf at least once during this challenge.
Yes.
And so far they have. We have literally not skipped over anything. A lot of stuff has left the collection because of it, but there are a lot of them that we remembered suddenly why we liked them so much, and they've kind of cemented themselves into our collection. But for sentimental reasons, I have a few. You don't have any, I don't think.
No, I do not.
No, you're okay, because one of my sentimental reason ones you actually really, really enjoy, even though I bought it for sentimental reasons.
And it's probably one of the almost the only one that really comes off the shelf
on a regular basis. Yes. And that's London Cabbie.
Yes.
That is one that I used to play as a teenager with my, adolescent, 12, 13 years old, with my aunt and my sister. And when I found it on eBay one day, and I snapped it up because I remembered it so fondly from childhood. And yeah, we do play it all the time. Well, I won't say all the time.
We don't play it all the time, but yeah.
But it comes off the shelf at least every couple years. With a decent amount of regularity, considering how many games we have.
It's not a pretty game.
No.
It's ugly.
The
like artwork, like I said, the artwork is kind of like the old Mad Magazine cover artwork. It's kind of like that on the box and on the board. The board's yellow and a grid.
The board's black, or the board's yellow. The box is black. I'm sorry.
Yes, the board's yellow.
Yes, I'm sorry.
And a grid.
You said board, my brain heard box.
with the buildings around and everything. And it's a very simple pick up and delivery.
Yeah.
The hardest part about it, if you play a regular base game, is trying to figure out who's in what cabin, where they're going. And we've marked our stuff up now
so you can tell which one's which. Though. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only one that I could actually kind of claim, but you're the one that bought it.
Yes, so. I'm the one that bought it. I'm the one who kept it for sentimental reasons, and you just ended up enjoying it so much. Other ones that we have, sentimental purposes, that do not come off the shelf, Hardy Boys. Yeah, not
She's
apologizing for it.
Fan.
I am.
Well, she was a Sean Cassidy fan.
I liked Parker Stevenson too. So
okay,
anyway,
here's the test: Sean Cassidy or Parker Stevenson? If you had to go out on a date with, which one you doing? Which one you taking on a date?
How is that a test?
Because you said I liked Parker Stevenson too, so I'm trying to find out which one you like the best. Sean Cassidy.
I do have all of his records.
Yes, you
but
do.
Anyway, Parker Stevenson didn't release records. He was an actor only.
Name another movie he was in.
Who? Parker Stevenson?
Yeah.
Gosh, I saw him in something not that long ago, actually. Well, okay, in the last 10 years. Anyway,
go on.
Hardy Boys. Battlestar Galactica. The original 1978 Battlestar Galactica.
Not to the game she has.
Again,
this was an extra board that we found someplace.
Yes, I found that extra board somewhere and grabbed it. I thoroughly loved the show when I was a kid. I have this. It was actually the very first DVD set I was ever given was the Cylon head version of
And to this day, you
Battlestar
still
Galactica.
haven't watched the newer Battlestar
Nope, I have
Galactica
not.
that's like 20 years old now.
Is it really that old?
I don't know. That was just a guess. It's at least 10 years old.
Yeah, I know it's getting up there, but anyway, I absolutely adored Richard Hatch and Dirk Benedict, and yeah, absolutely love that program. So, and then the other one, which you reminded me of
The Last
not that
Frontier.
long ago, well, Last Frontier, yes, that was one that I inherited from my parents. We lived in Alaska in the early 70s and then again in the late 70s, military. And they picked it up at some point, and I inherited after Dad passed. It just ended up in my stuff, and it's just a trivia game about Alaska.
Yeah, the cards are like on construction paper.
They really are. They're
literally. It's made out of construction paper.
There was only 500 copies made, so I know if I get rid of it, I'll never get it again. So yeah, that's what I'm never getting rid of. Even though
Are the
poor
pieces
box is
actually
horrible.
ivory
They're
or are they
actually
plaster?
they're ivory.
They're actually ivory.
Yeah, which nowadays, again, that's
Yeah,
another
that would
reason
never
I'm not going to
happen.
throw it away.
No.
Is because you'll never get another set like this, and I
You
couldn't
won't
bear
get
to
that
just.
game ever again.
Well,
so.
that's true. Anyway, and then the other one you reminded me of just a few days ago was Space Hop. So we have a total of 5 in the collection that are held on
You
to.
have a total of 5 games
I
in the
have
collection.
a total of 5 that I hold on to for sentimental reasons. And Space Hop is just a universe or a galaxy-based trivia game, where you're flying around to the different planets trying to answer questions, and you get your question, you have to figure out where you're going, go there, and once you're there, you can figure out if you're right. If you're not, then you got to trek across the galaxy to get to the right place so that you can get your payment. So, again, one of those things we played as kids, and I love it, and I have fond memories, and it'll stay in the collection.
Okay, there you go, Mr. X. So, our friend of the show, Christian Kaufman,
Okay.
do you always try to fit your expansions in the game core box or leave them in the expansion boxes?
We used to leave them in their expansion boxes.
We used to. Because I was one of that.
Well, yes, I did too, and we still have most of them.
Of the boxes?
Yes.
Yes.
They're just used in other ways now. So if we ever wanted to sell the game, I could hopefully eventually find the box and separate them. But now we actually do combine them, and it's more because of space than anything else. When you get to a collection the size ours has gotten to, unfortunately, and you don't want to get rid of stuff for whatever reason, sentimental or otherwise, then you end up having to condense them to save space. I mean, we've got a large game room, but it's full.
Yeah.
So, and it's overflowing into a shelved closet behind the game room now. Oh, well. I mean, that's why they're... So yes, as I said, we've done both ways. Now we are currently fitting everything in, if possible, into the original game box.
Some of the expansion
you
boxes
cannot.
have like the boards or something. Because
Right.
we got everything else in the box. But
Right,
we can't get the
like
boards in.
Underwater Cities. Everything is in the main box, but all of the expansion boards are in the expansion box, and
Okay,
they're
to
just
walk
kept
in
there
all
together.
the different tile setups you could
Yes.
have is in another box.
Yes,
Is in an
yeah.
expansion box in it. So, YouTube.
Oh, yes.
We
Let me
have
pull
some
this up.
comments off of YouTube.
I do. The first one I have came in yesterday. This was on the last podcast. And apparently at some point, I think when we were talking about Patreon, you made a comment about John, our Patreon member, John Kohler. And you said, be like John.
Yes,
Join
be
Patreon.
Like John, join
Yes.
Patreon. I'm
Well-
going to make a sign. I'll get a T-shirt, wear it around Gen Con or something. There you go. Be like John, join our Patreon.
That almost rhymes. Anyway, John commented back with quotation, be like John, ... My wife might disagree.
Oh, now.
All right. So that was that. So we also have a comment about, 9 days ago on the camping season. See, we did do camping season on here because that's the one she commented on. So we did do camping season separately. And we have already done it on the podcast. So there you go.
You like how she just rambles out of nowhere?
It's a callback to something earlier. So there you go. Anyway, so this is from Joy McDaniel. And she talks about how she is finally checking out our podcast. She found us because of the Playing Through Our Collection videos. She very much enjoys the wide variety of games that we talk about on that.
Yes, if you haven't seen our Playing Through Our Collection things, we go from A to Z, or I should say the numbers. A through Z.
Yes.
And it's not just hobby games in there.
No.
There's a lot of big box store games, a lot of old games that you haven't seen, or games you remember as kids, because we're playing kids games. We're playing games that are 3 and up.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we played Mousetrap for the first time. I actually played Mousetrap by the rules. That was interesting because we'd never played it as kids.
Don't wake the dragon.
Yes.
Don't spill the beans. Ice break.
Cootie.
Sorry.
We played Cootie.
Yes, we played Cooties with 4 adults, and we sat there and laughed the
Oh
entire
my
time.
gosh, that was so funny. Okay,
to
anyway.
Joy's question.
So she said she actually spent the last couple years reducing the size of her collection, or at least curating it more carefully. Currently, her collection is at 506 games, 94 expansions, so 412 base games. Okay. 163 of which are Uno or Uno adjacent. I didn't know there were that many versions of Uno.
Do we have an Uno addiction?
Now, that being said,
Where have you found how many?
163.
How is there 163 different versions of Uno? You don't just have 163
or
decks
Uno
of
adjacent. She said
or Uno
Now,
adjacent.
keep in mind, we're in the U's, guys. Guess where
Uno's
Uno
coming.
falls. We have Uno. We have Uno Wild Tiles. We have Uno Flip, Uno Flash, which we have played and was hysterical.
Yes, it was.
What are some of the other Uno ones we have?
Uno.
Well, yes, we have Uno.
Uno Slam.
I think.
Isn't that something? I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, we've got 8 versions. So I knew there were some out there. I did not know there was 163.
There might be more.
And that's possible. So anyway, she says her top game right now is Sagrada, but she is starting to enjoy a lot more of the complex games. I love Sagrada. Good choice.
We have a couple on here tonight or today that we're talking about. Complex games.
Complex games, yes.
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say, where are you going with that? Anyway,
To
so
the
her
complex
question.
games.
So her question.
Her
She says,
question
Greg,
is,
she
yes.
is one of 7 children also. She is the oldest. Where do you fall?
I fall right in the middle. I have 2 older sisters, 1 older brother, and 2 younger sisters and 1 younger brother. Now, originally, though, there was 8 of us, but my second oldest sister died at a very, very young age.
Yeah. She passed away at 3 months old, I
Heart
believe.
complications. There was a hole above her valve, and in 1961, open heart surgery on an infant was not something that was ever done.
Yeah.
Open heart surgery on a person, period, wasn't commonly done.
Yeah.
So, but so I'm sitting right in the middle. I am the only left-handed child in the family. My mom was left-handed, but of the siblings, I'm the only left-handed one. So, but yes, I was the middle child.
Okay. Well, that was all I had.
All right.
All right.
So I got a question for the society here. I have seen this a lot, and I just decided I am going to ask this question to see what people think. I'm going to read it here.
Okay.
Why are they reprinting old games with new art and upgrades? Hear me out. Are they in demand? Some of these games you haven't heard about in a long time. Is this a much needed reprint of this game, just a money grab, or are we out of good ideas for games? What game do you think that is no longer talked about needs a makeover and reprint? So some of these games I have that brought this to my attention was like Guillotine. Is this talked about anymore?
I don't. Ironically, I played it not that long ago at Ladies' Night. Mm-hmm. The very first Ladies' Night I went to, that was the very first game we played, which I found very funny.
A reprint of it?
I don't know.
Goa. Goa is on Kickstarter right now. Or GameFound, I think it is. And with a whole brand new edition with all upgrades. It looks really cool. I've never played Goa.
Right.
I've heard about Goa. Once in a blue moon, I'll hear somebody talk about Goa.
Right.
I don't know how to play it, but
No, we've never played it.
you don't. It's not a game you see that's like mainstream or something that people are complaining because they can't find it anywhere. I don't think on BGG, if you look through there, if it's for sale, it's not like it's $190 or something like that. The Voyages of Marco Polo is getting ready to get a whole new reprint and artwork and everything. That one is like,
I know it was very popular when it
for
came
maybe
out,
a year or so.
but still, I don't know.
It's like, why are they reprinting it?
I enjoy that one.
I mean, they came out with Marco Polo 2, which didn't really do anything.
So they're going back to Voyages.
So
then.
they're going back to the Voyages. It's like, is this needed? Lords of Waterdeep is being reprinted, but it's being reprinted in its original thing, right along with the Scoundrels expansion with it. So it's not being new artwork, new components, nothing. It's being printed off exactly the way it used to be.
And that's one that I think has been very hard to find for a very long time.
But
yes.
Container, I like the artwork on the old Container. The components on the new Container are really nice, but the artwork reminds me of like a Sashi and Sashi game.
Yeah, I'll agree there.
Come Sail Away.
Yes.
That artwork on Come Sail Away is about the same artwork as on the new
very
Container
similar.
box.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it's the same artist.
It's not.
Yeah,
Container's another game you didn't even hear about hardly.
Didn't they just reprint it not that long ago anyway?
No, they just reprinted it. No, this is one that's already been reprinted. It went to Kickstarter. It's come out. Allplay took it on.
Okay,
and
maybe I'm
redid
thinking of a
everything.
different game then.
But yeah, Allplay just within the last year had did this on crowdfunding, and I don't know if it's delivered yet or not though. And do we need another Horrified? Really?
Okay, so Horrified, I feel like that is falling into the Ticket to Ride pattern, the Azul pattern, the games that they have found their cash, they're evergreen, and they're going to keep printing them as long as people keep buying them.
Yeah, but this was Prospero Hall,
right?
That was doing it, but they're no longer.
I don't know.
Let me see who's doing it here. Okay, so the designer Pete Lee did the Dungeons and Dragons version. And the new one is Ravenloft, basically. Right. And that is also Pete Lee.
I wonder if he was part of Prospero Hall at one point.
If you look at the very first one, the one that came out in 2019, it says Prospero Hall and Peter Lee. So.
Okay.
So it's the same guy.
He is probably the person who came up with the original model, maybe?
Possibly.
I don't know.
But Ravensburger still owns it all, so they're just putting them more out.
They have found their evergreen, and as long as people are going to buy it, just like Pandemic or just like Ticket to Ride, they're going to keep slapping new covers on it and selling more of them.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Every one of the Horrifieds had something
different,
a little bit different. The the Cthulhu one was just ridiculous, in my opinion. Some of you guys, I've heard people like it, but I did not. The Ravenloft one kind of has me curious because I remember when Ravenloft came out in D&D originally, the first one that came out, I had the original dungeon maps and everything for it. Well,
I'm sure we can find a copy somewhere.
So
just to play it.
So the main question is, what game do you think that is no longer talked about needs a makeover and a reprint?
All right.
London Cabby.
Yeah, let's get real. If they reprinted that one, you would be the first person to sign up for it.
I would back it or whatever I needed to do.
Yeah.
Let's make that happen. Okay, just let us know in the comments what you think. Games we've been playing lately. Normally, this is where we do the little mechanism thing that we've been talking about, but we've gotten some games played lately, and since we're doing 2 first looks, we just figured we'd talk about a couple of the games we've played lately.
Yeah.
2 of the games that we enjoyed.
Yeah.
First one is Unearth. Unearth was designed by Jason Harner and Matthew Ransom. Artist was David Pietrandre. Pietrandre.
Trenday. I don't know.
Sorry. And Jesse Riggle, published by Brotherwise Games. This one is also now on Kickstarter for its 10th anniversary.
Yes.
And it is fully backed. And as of recording, it has 10 days. So
by the time this comes out, it'll have about 6 days left.
6 days, 6 days. Okay.
Yes. Okay. The basis with Unearth. Okay, let me just read the back of the box here real quick because this kind of explains the premise of the game. Long ago, your ancestors built great cities across the world. Now your tribe of delvers must explore forests, deserts, islands, caverns, and mountains to find these lost cities, claim the ruins, build places of power, and restore the glory of a bygone age. All right, so with this game, you have a series of cards set out that are ruins. And each of those cards up in the top corner has a number, usually anywhere from 9 to 17, I think. That basically is the number that is required to, quote unquote, break the location, to resolve the location. Also on each card is a number at the bottom corner that shows how many crystals or how many little tokens are put onto the card of various colors. I think 4 different colors total. Mm-hmm. You're pulling them randomly out of a bag and putting them onto each card. Mm-hmm. So how the game is played. At the start of your turn, first of all, you have the choice of using a Delver card. The Delver cards are, you start off the game with a couple, you get more throughout the game every time that you are part of breaking a ruin area, but not the person who actually
did the
most of it.
They had the most dice on there.
So Delver cards are basically one-time use cards. They could just various small powers, add a number to your die, re-roll something, whatever the case may be. There's a bunch of different ones there. So now in order to break the die, you are taking your Delvers, i.e. your dice. Everybody has 5 dice, 3 6-siders, an 8-sider, and a 4-sider. And you are choosing one to roll and choosing one of the ruined cards in front of you and declaring which one you're going to roll against. You roll your dice, you put it on that card. If you roll between a 1 and a 3, or 3 or less, then you get to claim one of those crystal chips off of the card. And you put it down into your play area, into a grid. And what you're trying to do is get 6 of them in a circle with one spot in the center opened up so that you can claim wonders with them. And I'll come back to the wonders. But if you rolled a 1 through 3, you get to claim that chip. If you roll higher than a 4 or higher, then you simply put the dice on the card and that's the end of your turn. Well, not necessarily, because now you're looking to see if the card is broken. If all of the dice that have collected on that card add up to the number that is required to break it, then the card is broken. And whoever has the most pips worth on dice worth of pips, how do you want to word that? Whoever has the highest value total in their dice on the card gets to claim the card, and it goes into their collection, which is all used for set collection at the end of the game. Everybody else who has a dice on that card but did not have enough to claim it then gets a Delver card for their trouble. Okay, so now the wonders. You're collecting these tokens and making circles out of 6 of them in order to claim various wonders from the display to put in there. And those wonders are straight up victory points at the end of the game. Mm-hmm. There is the lesser wonder. Any 6 stones will get you a lesser wonder if nothing else works. There is the greater wonder. The greater wonder requires 6 stones of the same color, which sounds easy. It is not. And then there are a number of specialized wonders that have special abilities if you can claim them, but each one of them requires something different. They could require 6 of the same color. They could require 3 of one color and then 3 different colors. Each one of them is a little bit different. So you're collecting stones with something specific in mind. Worst case scenario, somebody takes it out from under you or you don't get that last stone color you really need. Mm-hmm. Then you just take a lesser wonder and move on. Lesser wonders are still points, just not as many points.
Yeah. They're 2 to 4.
2 to 4 points, and the graders are 6 to 8. Pretty big difference between a 2 and 8. Anyway, so this is basically the whole game. There are only so many wonder cards out there. It's all based on player count. And then when that stack is gone, that's it. Game's over. When the last wonder, or not the last wonder, I'm sorry, the ruins.
The last ruins.
The ruin cards are numbered based on player count. And when the last one is finally claimed, that ends the game. So there you go. That's how you play. I enjoy the game. This is one of those ones, like we said, falls into that whole reprint thing.
Yeah.
And I do remember reading something that
well, this is their 10th anniversary that's coming out.
Yes.
But it's a game that's just unheard from. It's the deluxe.
It is.
I thought it said 10th anniversary. Yes, it's the 10th anniversary edition.
But I remember reading that Brotherwise Games says this is their most requested reprint. And that may be why they finally decided to do it. Since
but you don't hear a lot about it.
Right? But yet I've had people ask me about it.
Yes.
Since they found out I had it.
Well, because the 10th anniversary edition's up. And
want to know if it's worth backing.
Play it and see if it's worth backing.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like that whole reprint thing, I don't know. It may have something to do with the fact that a lot of people are new to the hobby. There's been a lot of people come into the hobby since 2020.
Right.
And maybe companies are seeing this as a way of getting some of those really good older games out there again. I don't know. But I really enjoy this one. I don't think I need the reprint. Yes, I would be lying if I said the wooden tokens did not catch my attention.
Because the new deluxe 10th anniversary has wooden, the wooden discs or whatever you want to call those.
Yeah,
the crystals and the wonders are all wooden.
Yeah,
and we've had this for a long time.
We have. We've had this one for 5 or 6 years now.
I think this was the first time we've actually played that edition.
No, we've played this one twice.
Okay.
Yeah, we've played this guy. We played the first time because we played the very first time with Joe and Tony. Picked this up a short time later because we enjoyed it. And then I think I have written down that we played this one time and then just now. So yeah, we've played it 3 times in 8 years.
Yeah.
I don't think I need an upgraded version.
But the collection is big, and we've been doing this for 12 years, so the playing through our collection. So
we started in January of 22. His math is slightly skewed.
It's old people math.
Okay, you say so.
It's the older math.
Okay. Anyway, that is Unearth. I very much enjoy it. If you're curious about it, check out the Kickstarter page, though. All right.
Next, we have Unsolved Case Files.
Yes.
And this is, what's it called?
This particular one is Veronica Falcone.
Yes, this is about a World War II spy.
There are a lot of these out there,
missing.
yes. Yes. So here's the back of the package. Oh, do you want to go through the stats first?
Yes, let's do that first. So, Unsolved Case Files was published by Unsolved Case Files.
Yeah.
This game is 1 to 8 players. This version is 1 to 8 players. Some of them are 1 to 4, some of them are 1 to 6, some are 2 to 5, whatever.
Which makes no sense, but okay.
It's 180 minutes, which is pretty much what we played in. And
I don't know.
14 and up.
Yes. I very much enjoyed this one. Yeah. I have very much enjoyed every one of these we've done. We've done 3 of them now, and I've liked them all. So the back of this particular one, though, just to kind of give you the hook. Robin Falls, Connecticut, on August 26, 1947, celebrated American World War II spy Veronica Falcone went missing while investigating something mysterious in town. 3 months later, her motorcycle was found at the bottom of a ravine with the brake line intentionally cut. Her boyfriend and mechanic, Joey Caruso, was arrested for the murder, but hanged himself in jail while awaiting trial. Did he kill Veronica? What was she investigating? Can you bring about justice for this famous war heroine?
So none of that was spoilers because it's written on the back of the package.
Right.
So. And it's cool because it's in an evidence bag.
Yes, this is how it comes. There was no box to it. Now that we did have one version that had a box to it.
Yes, and she's about to open it on the podcast. This
because
isn't playing through our collection.
Nope.
People can see it and watch it on playing through our collection.
Okay. But anyway, what you get, and you get some bonus envelopes that as you solve things, yes, as you solve things, you're going to get the information in here. But an envelope, an evidence package full of pictures and a magnifying glass. And then you get all of these pieces to the case file, and I'm dropping something. Oh, I'm dropping her picture. But you get all these different pieces to the case file, and you have to sort through all this paperwork and figure out what is wrong with it. Why were they not able to solve this? And try to figure out what happened. Who actually killed her? Was it her boyfriend?
Or was she killed, is what it says.
Or was she killed? Yeah, I think the first thing it asks you to figure out is, how did they word it? Was she...
Whatever it says on the back of the package.
Well, no, they asked, could you bring about justice?
Yeah, that's all they need to know.
Did Joey kill her? And...
So you're trying to find out, did he kill her?
Did he
so
kill
you
her?
don't know if she's dead or not.
Right.
Don't be giving the spoilers out.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. Anyway, very, very interesting game. And this is one of those, we've played 2 of these now with Justin and Jackie, and we saved this one to play with them when we got to the U's because we know how much they enjoy it too. And we literally just kind of, I think Jackie read through the first part of it. You know, here's what you've been tasked with, and here's what we know so far, which is basically everything I read you on the back. And then we just kind of split it up and started reading. I grabbed the newspaper articles. There's 2 newspaper articles in here, one from the day she disappeared and one from the day her bike was found. And you're reading through the newspapers and trying to figure stuff out, and other people are reading through eyewitness reports and through various pieces of the files. And somebody will say, hey, this seems kind of suspicious. And I'm like, wait a minute. I remember seeing something about that on the back of one of the newspaper articles. It was just the way everybody is able to work together and collaborate on trying to figure out what really happened, who actually killed her, what was she investigating. I really enjoy the way they did these. But I'm a paperwork person. I always have been.
Yeah.
So I will take this type of game over unlocks or exits or any of those kind of things any day of the week. Because all the information's in here. You just got to find it.
Yeah.
And I think I put that file in backwards.
It's web-based because when you get so far, you think you can answer the questions for the first one. It tells you what the website is you need to go to do it. And each package you open is a completely different website. So you can't just like cheat and move up. You got to get to a point where, okay, now we can go to this website and see if we're right. Yeah. And you can't go on if you don't get it right.
I mean, they'll give you hints. We did this with no hints, though, which is nice. We got stopped at I think
we're not sure
what
if you took a hint, what would happen, but
I think we did it last time, and
all
it did
was
your
rating
probably. But I know, like, we got stuck at the second option, at the second part of it, and because we had one piece of information wrong, we were looking at something wrong, but we were able to kind of go back through everything and figure out what we did, and okay. Obviously, that wasn't where they're leading us, so let's reevaluate. And we did, and they got it right. So, thoroughly love this game.
So you can go on the Unsolved Case Files website and buy that exact one for $26.97.
Yep.
So
if you like mysteries,
too terribly experienced. It's really worth getting.
Yeah. I kind of want. There's a few others I would not mind checking out. Now that we finally played through this one. Because we've had this one for a while. It was a gift, but we were purposely saving it till the use. Yeah. I kind of want to look into some of the others when I see them. So.
Okay, so in our first look episode
first look.
This is our first look. This is Unconscious Mind. This was designed by Lacus, Johnny Pack, Yoma, and Antonio Zach. Artist by Andrew Bosley, Vincent Dutrait, and Yoma. And I like both Andrew Bosley and Vincent Dutrait artwork anyway. It has great artwork. Published by Fantasia Games and here by Lucky Duck Games. It is 1 to 4 players. 60 to 120 minutes is a lie. Ages 12 and up.
Yes. Yeah, we have played this twice now. And it has taken us the better part of 4 hours both times. Mm-hmm. And that's at 2 players.
That's only at 2 players.
Yeah. Granted, if it's 4 players, you're still going to have... I mean, all right. We'll come back to how the game ends.
Yes, let's explain the game first.
So the basis with this game, and we've played this twice because after the first play, I didn't think I could explain it. And I'm still not sure I'm going to do it any justice trying to explain it.
There's a lot going on.
Yes. The idea with this game is you are in the early 1900s and you are collaborating with
Sigmund
Freud. Collaborating on dream symbolism and psychology, basically, dream psychology. Mm-hmm. Throughout the game, you are going to have 1 to 2 patients in your office area, and you are trying to decipher their dreams to help cure them. Mm-hmm. And once you can get their dream rating back down to 0, they are effectively cured and they leave your office. And at that point, you get whatever benefits they give you. So throughout the game, there's a couple of different parts. There is the main office building, the main file area, essentially. And this is where the bulk of your actions are going to take place. Each action can be accessed from 4 corners, but if you access one particular action, that blocks that corner for the other 3 around it. And I will show some pictures because I'm sure that made no sense. There's 9 different actions on there, 3 rows of 3. And depending on which action you take, which row you put your piece into to determine which action you're going to take, will determine how far you move your little ink bottle around your player board. All right, so on the action board, there are ways of taking tiles that will go onto your player board that will give you ongoing benefits throughout the game. There are ways of getting cards that will help you publish papers later on. There are ways to publish those papers. There are ways to move around the city board and to move Freud around the city board. There are ways of gaining insights and to upgrade your insights or transfer your insights around your board. So insights and coffee are your 2 main currencies in the game. You're using coffee to do various bonus actions. You're also using coffees to take those tiles that are going to go onto your player board eventually. And then you are using insights in order to eventually cure your patients. That's the main office board. And that's, like I said, the 9 various actions. On your turn, you have a couple of different options. You can put down one of your little speech bubbles, basically, onto the office board and do the action that you indicate. Or you can pull all of them back and gain coffee if you do that. So you gain coffee based on how many actions you've done on the board.
Different types of actions. Some of the actions you could place 2 of them under to be able to do it twice. Right. Yes, you can place 2 speech bubbles onto it in order to do that action twice, but it has to be the same action. Or you can, like I said, pull everything back. Or you can work to cure patients. You're spending this action seeing patients. So one of the actions on the board, so I've already talked about the tiles that you grab. One of the actions on the board is to either get research papers or to publish your papers. And when you're doing that, there's a whole stack of them off to the side. But you're gathering different cards, and the cards will give you a one-time ability when you first play them. Some do. Some of them will give you location bonuses, which once you've used those papers to publish your treaty, it's not a treaty. I cannot pronounce the word that they list, but thesis? No.
Maybe thesis. I mean, that makes sense without opening it up and looking for the word. But once you use those papers in order to publish, then you no longer have access to any of the benefits from them, though. But those papers, that publishing gets you a whole bunch of points. It's like anywhere from 10 to 15 points, something like that. So there's that option. The insight board is a circular board with 3 different types of insights, and each insight has 3 different levels. So, for example, the red has the ember, the flame, and then a fire. And then you've got the green was a seed, a sprout, and then a full-on leaf. And I don't remember what the third one was now. It was birds. I don't remember what the bottom one was, but the top one was a bird. It was an egg, a chick, and a bird.
And a full-size bird.
One of the things you can do is to either gain insights, or you can move your insight around. You can increase its worth. You can change it from one to another. And you're doing all of these because the different character cards and the dream cards require very specific, or the dream cards do, not the character cards, require very specific insight in order to cure.
Is it treaties?
That's what I thought. It looks like treaties, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm sure it makes sense. I am not familiar with that word. Treatise? Sure. Okay. Sure. We'll go with that. Anyway. All right. So that's your insight board. Now, when you go to cure a patient, you are reducing your insights based on whatever the patient is requiring, and then removing their dream layers, gaining any bonuses you might get from it. And then eventually, once all the dreams have been cured, then you cure your patient. One of the other actions you can do that are on the board is to go to town. And on the town board, you have 2 options. You can move Freud, and you move him 1 to 3 spaces. Now, mind you, Freud moves around as the game progresses anyway. As you gain reputation, Freud gains reputation, and then he moves. So you can move Freud around and then do the action where he lands. Now, there are several actions where he lands. There is just the location actions, and then there are the sleep actions, and we'll come back to the sleep actions. Or you can move yourself anywhere, 1 to 3 spaces, or directly to Freud, potentially. And then again, you do the action of that space. And actions, the amount of times you can do the action, the number of times you can do that action is totally dependent on either how many people are at that city location with you, or how many of those city icons you have amongst all of the paper cards that you've gotten, any of the patients you've cured, a number of different ways to get these icons. But you count up how many icons you have, and you can do the action up to 3 or 4 times, depending on the location. And the actions could be as simple as gain an insight, gain a cup of coffee, trade in an insight to get something else. So there's a number of different actions based on the location. All right, so that's the board that's treating patients. When you go to pull back, so you're pulling everything back off the board. You're gaining cups of coffee based on how many actions you're pulling back. You have to pull them all back, mind you. And then you are doing a sleep action on the board based on where you're at. The board is divided into 3 different regions, and you're doing an action in that region. And one of the things you can do is a sleep action on your particular location of the city. It could be gaining a major insight. It could be gaining a medium insight. It could be gaining 2 small insights. It's a number of different things that it could be. I think even one of them lets you take a card or to publish, or there's a number of stuff. Or there's a section on the bottom of the region where, depending on how many tags you have for that region, you can claim that spot and get victory points. So, and it goes anywhere from 3 to 8 tags typically. And then once that spot is taken, nobody else can take it. You're the only person who can do that action. But then you get to move your ink bottle around. Your ink bottle is on your player board, and every time you claim an action on the board, you move your ink bottle. You have to move your ink bottle. Each of the rows, there's 3 rows of actions, 4 rows where you can put your little speech bubbles at. And depending on which row you put it in, determines how far you move your ink bottle. And there's, I think, 5 spots on the ink bottle movement. 3 rows of tiles, the one that lets you activate a column, and the one that lets you activate the reputation track.
Yes.
So on the 3 rows of the 3 rows of tiles, if your ink bottle lands in one of those 3 rows, you simply activate everything in that row. Mm-hmm. All those tiles you've been collecting off the board during main actions, you activate everything there when your ink bottle lands there. If you land at the very top one, you're passing by the area that lets you remove an extra speech bubbles, so it gets you potentially extra actions. But now you get to activate a whole row or a whole column of tiles. So you activate the whole column and you can do everything in that column. And then the 5th one, which sets off to the side, you get to activate the prestige, or not the prestige, it's the
reputation.
Reputation. Thank you. My gosh, I could not come up with that. I keep wanting to say rage track, and I'm like, that is not the right it.
She'll come up with it. She'll come up with it. She always does. Nope, she didn't.
Reputation track. You get to activate the reputation track. And by doing so, and the reputation track is twofold. There are ways to gain reputation, in which case all you do is you move your marker up and you move Freud's up. Freud always moves when somebody else does, because everything that his assistants do make him look better. Makes sense, right? So moving on the reputation track is completely different from activating the reputation track. When you activate the reputation track, and there's only a couple ways to do that, one of which is moving the ink bottle on your player board. You get something from there's a number of extra abilities on the top of the track, and you get that based on where you're at. Then there's a bunch of abilities on the bottom of the track, and these are like gain a bright idea. Bright ideas are like little bonus tokens. Gain an extra paper. Gain an extra tile. All sorts of different stuff.
Play
play 2 of your cards. Yeah. Yes, that's always nice.
Get a heart token.
Yep, get a heart token, and the heart-shaped boxes, as they call them, is an extra heal you can do on one of your patients if the dream sequences don't give you enough healing. But anyway, you get to activate that based on where Freud is at on the list. Now, mind you, there's only 10 or 12 spots on this track, and every time somebody moves, Freud moves. And when Freud gets to the end of the track, that triggers the end of the game. Everybody else could be down in the 3 and 4 range, but Freud's all the way up here at 10, and the game is over. So I feel like at 4 players, it's going to be about the same length, because everybody's still going to be moving Freud along.
Yeah.
They're still going to be moving toward the end of the game. You just may not get as much done.
No,
you know what I mean?
Nope.
So I've played this a couple of times now. 3 times now. I played it my very first time I played it at Ladies' Night, and I came in last with 83 points. And I think the highest score, I want to say, was like 120. When we played last week, I had 200 and you had like 180.
No, I didn't have that much.
170?
The last time we played, you beat me by almost 40 points.
I don't think it was quite that much, but
yes, it was.
Anyway. But I feel like because it was just 2 of us, we had more opportunity to score points because it took us longer to get Freud all the way to the top, to the end of the track. You know what I mean? So anyway, that is how you play Unconscious Minds. Mind, singular, unconscious mind. Okay, I've talked enough. You talk now for a minute.
Okay, so let's break this down like we normally do. Gameplay. There can be a lot of AP in this game.
Yes.
Because you are trying to this is a game that you're almost trying to min-max a lot in.
Yeah.
Trying to get the most out of each turn that you can. So you're trying to okay, so if I go and take some of these cards, do I only want 1? Do I need to take 2? Or wait, I have cards here. Should I go to the spot where I can play cards and publish a paper is what we're going to call it, but it looks like
it looks like a book.
Encyclopedias next to each other. Do I need to do both of those? Do I need to get the cards out so I can publish this book or whatever you call it? So, but yeah, I felt almost every turn I needed to try and I needed to get as much as I could. And it's like almost any other game that the first turn or 2, not a lot's going to happen.
Right.
Because you still need to get things out there to be able to do anything.
Yeah. You've got to have insights before you can do much.
Yeah.
You've got to get
you
those
start
insights
with
built
some
up.
insights.
You do. You start with a few. Yeah, I agree. This is definitely one of those that will inspire a lot of AP. Hence why the 60 to 120 minutes is almost a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, when you break it down, you really have maybe a total of 11 options on your turn.
Yeah, and that's a lot of options.
It is. Well, you have 9 spots on the board. If you have a token available and you're going to go to the board, that gives you 9 spot options. Of course, you're also thinking, okay, well, I really want to do this option, but do I want to move my my thing twice or 3 times? Do I want to move my ink bottle twice or 3 times? Because it depends on which row I go into, provided they're not taken. Oh, crud, the only spot left on this row requires me to move 4 times, and I don't want to move 4 times. I want to move 3 times. Well, that's where the bright ideas come in. You can adjust how far you move your ink bottle.
Yep.
But outside of that main board, you're either pulling back, which you're really only going to do if you don't have very many options left, or you're out of workers, or you're healing. So, and you want to try to maximize your healing because you're allowed to heal each one of your patients once. That's it. So you don't want to go up there just to heal one patient. You want to make sure you have everything you need to heal both of them.
Yes, yeah.
To at least do some sort of healing on both of them.
Yeah, because you can only heal one
layer
card,
of yes,
one layer at a time.
Yes, and I didn't say that. Each patient has a dream layer on top of them, but that dream layer is multifaceted. That it requires. They've actually got 2 separate dreams you're trying to work through. Yeah. That you have to pay all the resources for, and you can only heal. You can only discuss one dream per visit. Yes. Essentially.
Basically.
So yeah, you want to try to make the most out of that action by being able to hit both patients at the same time.
Yep. And in a 2-player game, they block out the outside spots where you could go to do stuff. So it limits it. But there's only 2 players. And if you're like going, okay, I need to do this and this first, and then I need to go there because then I can get a bunch of points. But if somebody goes there and blocks you out, I mean, in a way, it's kind of hard to block out because on most of them, there's always 2 to 4 different ways to get into it. Right. But if one of your actions was going to block the action you need to do later out because you're doing the one across from it,
you block yourself.
Well, you just blocked one of them, and now if you needed to do this one on the other side, now you've blocked 2, and then if the other player's doing it, and you could potentially get blocked out of what you need to do.
There were a lot of times I had to pivot and do something else
that's what I was
until you cleared the board.
Yes. Oh. Yes, and there was plenty of times I knew that was what was up.
And you waited.
So I was like, well, because when you're healing, you don't have to put out a speech bubble because you're not playing anything on the board. It's not. You don't. You can do whatever's on the board. Or not on the board, I should say. You're healing, so you're moving your things around to be able to say, hey, I healed this person. This is what I'm getting. That's going to let me do that. Oh, look at that. Now I'll be able to do this guy, the other dream, my next round. So you could potentially go 2 rounds without putting a speech bubble out and not have to clear all your stuff out of the way, which I was doing a lot. It didn't help me because the 2 games I have played this now, she's beaten me. And both games, I've led the game most of the way through until that last round. And like I said, that last game we played, I think you scored 40 to 60 points in that last round because I had like a 20-point lead. And you beat me by almost 40 points.
Something like that. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look.
It doesn't pay to be in the lead the whole game, especially not playing against her. Because she does this a lot.
Okay, again, my very first game, I scored 83.
Yes.
I think somebody scored it in the high 90s, and then the other 2 people were over 100. Yeah. Anyway.
So ease of play. This one, it's very intimidating to get into because there's a lot to learn.
Yes.
But once you learn the actions, it goes pretty smooth.
Yeah, once you learn those actions, and don't get me wrong, there is a ton of iconography on this. But I feel like the sheets they give you are all very good. A lot of them even outline, there's player aids that even outline what every patient does. Yes. And that's very nice. So you have exactly what their benefits are once you've cured them.
Yep.
So that's wonderful. So yeah, I feel like the player aids are very good. It could have included just a little bit more, especially when we get into the expansion. They did not provide that same player aid for the expansion, and that was disappointing.
We did play it with the Nightmares expansion, which gives you another.
Let's put it there.
What do you call that little round board?
The insight board.
The insight board?
Insight board, yes.
So maybe it's like
that.
Your brain?
Yeah. This is the insight board.
This is your brain, and the other one is your brain on drugs.
Sure.
If you look at the way they are.
The other one is buried. I can't get to it.
The other
this one was just really easy to get to.
Where you're getting bad insights and stuff. Although that can be used as
They're dark insights.
Dark insights, yeah.
But they're wild.
Which gives you insanity points, which helps because there's things you can do if you have a certain amount of insanity.
Yeah.
But at certain times of the game, you're going to take negative points depending on how many insanity you have. So...
And
the last game I was like, let's try out. Let's see what it's going to do.
I went all in on insanity.
I had 13 insanity,
there were 3 different times. Every single time it got triggered, you had 13 or 14 of them.
I lost probably close to 20 to 25 points in that game because
of insanity,
of having too much insanity when it came time.
But you got some really cool benefits out of it.
It didn't help me though.
No, it did not help.
It did not help me.
I would have loved to have had those benefits
because I got those benefits through the game because I had that insanity. But when it came time to pay the piper, I lost almost everything I gained through those benefits.
I don't know
in points. So, I was losing like 12 points per
not
time.
That much.
There was 3 times they go off.
Right, we got off 3 different times, and the first time you lost like 7, and I think the second time you lost maybe 5 or 6, and I don't remember the third time.
The second and third time, I just had 13.
Yeah,
but I was trying to get it where I was going to drop because the first time, because they have a power on there. It's like when you go to sleep, if you have 13, you lose 6. I was like, okay, but it says up here the first one goes off when I'm at 13, so I can't go to sleep.
But that's only the first time it triggers. Right. It triggers 3 times during the game. Right, we did finally figure that out.
I did that wrong in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So before it triggers, I'll just go to sleep. It didn't work out that way because I wasn't going to sleep. When I got to the 13th, I needed another round before I could go to sleep. So it triggered, and I lost my butt.
Anyway, I never got any benefits out of collecting the insanity because every time I would get to the point where I could get benefits, and you got benefits when you had 3, 5, 8, and 13, I think it was.
Yes.
When I got to the 5, which was the really good benefit, so on a normal turn, you could stack up to 2 of your speech bubbles pointing in the direction of one of the actions. This would let you take those 2 speech bubbles and point them at 2 different actions. Yes. So you could do each action one time. I never got to take advantage of that because as soon as I got to 5, you got to 13 and it triggered, and I had to get rid of my 5 and you had to get rid of 5, and then you lost points based on what was left.
Well, the second time you triggered it.
Yes, I know. I triggered it by getting Freud to that marker.
Yeah. When Freud makes it to the 6-point mark, it triggers and the sanity goes off again, and you lose points.
I think I only had 2 at that point, so you got quite a few that time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So ease of play, like I said, it's intimidating first, but if you can get through those rules and understand the iconography, it rolls so smoothly.
It does really flow smoothly.
Game components. We have the retail version. As you can see, it's the thin box, not the big fat box.
We do. And the player boards are double-sided, or not double. I keep wanting to say double-sided. They're dual-layered.
Dual-layered, yes.
So they are dual-layered. That's very nice because you're putting tiles in there. You're moving your bottle around. And I pulled one of these out because I could actually reach it. But the ink bottles are these gorgeous little plastic bottles, all different colors, different shapes, which I think was neat.
I think they're all squared.
No, they're all completely different shapes. This guy is round. One of them is...
Mine was squared.
Yeah, yours was squared. Like here, I can reach. I'm not going to even try to reach into the others because they're out of reach. But see, there's the orange one, or the brown one. It's squared.
My green one was.
Yours was squared, but like a little more oblonged, if I remember correctly. But it was a different shape. So was mine.
Okay.
So, I mean, all the wood pieces are great. I love the little insight. Buttons
for retail.
I think
it was really
it's very nice. Yeah, I think it's very nice. I'm not sure what the deluxe has in it. I don't remember what I played with. The
bottles actually have cork in it, and it's like maybe a fluid in it or something. But
I don't know.
For a retail version, the game components were just fine.
Well, and like I said, I'm 90% sure what I played with the at Ladies Night was the retail or the deluxe version, and I don't remember it being any nicer than this.
I don't know.
I really don't. I don't know.
I think I've seen it where our Meeple is wooden, and I think in there they were actually like miniatures.
And maybe. I don't remember. I'm sure I took pictures that night. I can look.
From the deluxe version from the Nightmares expansion was actually like a miniature too.
Was it? I'd have to go back and look at my pictures from that night. I don't remember.
We will find out from the Meeples nerds when they play it because he has the Kickstarter Deluxe Edition.
Okay. Well, if he plays it quickly, we can teach it.
So game
don't
components,
ask me in 2 years.
even in the retail version, is just fine. Yep. Artwork is awesome because it's
the artwork's beautiful.
And Bosley.
Yep. The artwork is beautiful. I mean, that you can see just on the artwork on the boxes. It's really pretty.
Replayability. There's a ton of replayability, I think in this because it's just adding the expansion into it too. It's just you're going to get different people every time, different dreams every time. So how you're healing is going to change. Now, the gameplay itself isn't really going to change, but how many games that have replayability, the gameplay itself changes.
Right.
It doesn't. You just add new things to it.
I think there is so much to think about in this and so many different avenues towards success that you could play this several times and explore a different avenue each time.
Like I did.
Yeah. Insanity did not work for you.
Insanity does not work for me. Final thoughts?
I enjoyed it. I very much enjoy the game. I'm looking forward to trying it again at 4-player. I've played it once at 4-player. Like I said, Ladies' Night, but that was my first time at it, and I was struggling I remember struggling to understand the purposes for some of the actions, which now I get. So I would be anxious to play it again at 4-player. I would love to see what Jackie thinks of this. Yes. Because of her job, what she does for a living. I would be very curious to see what she thinks about this game.
This is in her field, I think.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely in her her wheelhouse. Yeah.
Me, I really, really like the game. I love how it plays and how smooth it plays and the different paths you can go to try and win the game. My biggest complaint is I haven't been able to win the game yet.
Okay.
I need to win this game.
Can we go back to
really
let me
think.
Apiary. Let me think. That was the big one is Apiary. I still have yet to win that one. And we've played it several times.
You can't blame me for all those losses.
Only one of them was not your fault. Okay, I've played it twice without you, and I lost both of them anyway.
Those, so it's you, not me.
Whatever.
You just can't win that game.
I cannot win that game. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about.
Okay, so that's Unconscious Mind. No, let me do it again.
Okay.
So that's Unconscious Mind. Recommend it.
Yes.
Play it if you get a chance.
Yes, very good game.
Okay, so our first look is Vantage. This one's been on our shelf since Gen Con last year. We finally got to play it just the other day.
Yep.
Vantage is designed by Jamie Stegmaier. Artist is Valentina Filick, Soren Meding, and Emilian Ratival. I probably butchered that all up. Sorry, guys.
Emilian Ratival.
And published by Stonemaier Games. This is a 1-to-6 player game, 120 to 180 minutes, ages 14 and up. That also could be a lie.
Yes.
Because you can kind of control how long this game goes.
Yes.
Okay, let me give you a quick description of it before we go. I'm going to read this straight off of BGG, so if you're up on BGG, you can follow along with us. Follow the bouncing ball. Anyway, description. Vantage is an open-world, cooperative, non-campaign game, adventure game that features an entire planet to explore, with players communicating while scattered across the world. With nearly 800 interconnected locations and 400 cards and over 900 other discoverable cards, the world is your sandbox. You begin each game of Vantage on an intergalactic vessel heading towards an uncharted planet. After crashing far from your companions, you have complete freedom as to how you explore, discover, and interact with the planet. You view your location from the first person's perspective, and you can communicate with the support of other players, but you are separated by vast distances, so only you can see your current location. In addition to a mission victory, a destiny victory, or an epic victory, completing both a mission and a destiny, you may define success in Vantage through anything you pursue and achieve. Vantage is not a campaign game. Again, it says this. Each game is a standalone experience. You bring to future sessions only what you've learned about the world. It is completely self-contained with no expansions, just a few accessories like metal coins.
The metal coins
So
are
this
nice.
is not a campaign game, which we thought it was.
Oh, they say that so many times in the book. It's hysterical.
But we originally thought it was a campaign game.
Yeah.
But it is a cooperative game.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a cooperative solo game.
Yes.
Because you can look, you have a card in front of you as to where you're at. Only you can see it. You can tell them what actions you can do there, and you can describe your card.
Yeah,
but
you can tell them what options you have.
Read the text on the card
right.
as to what is exactly going on there.
Right. I'm not even 100% sure you're supposed to tell them the actions, maybe just what options you have. I think, again, you're supposed to paraphrase everything on the card. I don't think you're supposed to be reading anything off the card, but you are supposed to describe the location you're at.
Yep.
So everybody gets a card, and it's all hidden. You have a player board, and we bought the upgraded player boards that are dual layered that have the main character, your main character, printed directly on it. This is essentially you're building a 3x3 grid of cards. So you're picking up various cards throughout the game by going to various locations and doing various things. You're picking up cards, you're crafting stuff, you're building stuff, you're doing whatever options you have on that card of your location. Now, when you're doing this, you're rolling dice. That is one of the main mechanisms of this game is you are rolling dice. And those dice have several options. It could come up with one of 5 different options, 3 of which are your main stats, your time, your health, your morale. And those 3 stats are tracked on a board. Everybody starts with 4 of each, and you could go up or down based on what's happening around you. One of which is a negative value, or 2. I think 2 of the sides just had a negative icon on it. And if you rolled, that was the best option. Best option. You throw the dice away, nothing happens. And then the last option was a return symbol, basically a big U-turn symbol. And those dice you actually had to put back into the pool. So on your turn, you're rolling the dice, you're given a difficulty, and that difficulty could be anywhere from 1 to 6 typically, although I think we saw a 7 last night. But could be anywhere from 1 to whatever. And you are rolling that many dice and trying to resolve the results. Now, there are power tokens or skill tokens. Everybody starts with a few, anywhere from 4 to 6, based on whether you're first player or not. You or any of your partners, any of your companions can give up skill tokens to reduce the amount of dice you have to roll. You can't do it after the fact. You have to do it beforehand. But you can reduce the amount of dice you're going to roll. Once you've rolled the dice, you now have to resolve them. The U-turn ones just go right back onto the board into the pool. The negative ones go into a spent category. And when everything is in that spent category, when the pool is empty, everybody gets to refresh their dice and pull them off their player board. And basically you start the pool all over again. But any of the dice showing the 3 stats, those you have to resolve. And there are going to be different dice slots on your board. You start with 2 and you're going to build more as the game goes on. There are certain slots on there that anybody can put a dice on. Basically, your companion is talking you through something over the radio, and he's taking one of those dice for you. And he's going to hold on to it until everything refreshes. But it blocks something on his board if he does that. But most of the time, it's going to be spots on your board you're having to fill. And you could fill it with the time symbol, but maybe it has to be a green action. There are 6 different color actions. And if you're not doing a green action, you roll that time symbol. I can't place it in that spot because I wasn't doing a green action. So there's lots of qualifiers on where you can put the dice. And everybody had their specialty. Like I always play red, so my specialty was the red action. And Doug was playing green. His was green. Yours was blue. And Sarah, I think, was orange. Yeah. Out of the 6, there's 6 players can do this. So Once you've resolved the dice, then somebody reads out of the book as to exactly what happened. What do you see? What came of this action you just did? And it could tell you to continue, in which case you get to do another action. You can do the actions at your location once, or you can do actions on your card. You can do the actions on the goal for the mission card, or on any of the destiny cards that have come out. You start the game with a mission card. The destiny cards just kind of come out as the game progresses. So yeah, there's all sorts of different things you can do, and eventually there's going to come a point where, all right, I've already done an action at this location. I can't do anything else at this location. I don't want to do any of these other things right now. They don't make sense. So I'm going to move. And now you're doing a blue action of moving. And the card will tell you, depending on which direction you're going to go, what card you go to. And if somebody's in charge of the box, they're pulling out that card number and you're swapping cards out. And then your turn is over and you wait till your next turn. Again, you have to describe to everybody exactly what you see. Yeah. I mean, that's basically it. You play until you complete the mission. Well, there's 3 possible endings. You complete the mission, you complete one of the destinies, or somebody hits 0.
Yes, on one of their pieces.
On one of their pieces hits 0.
Whether it's the health, morale, or time.
Now, the first time that happens, there might be a save, not always. It depends on what happened. So there could be a way to continue on.
And we did that because I died.
You did. I think you ran out of time.
Yes.
Your time marker hit. And it may be because it was time and not health. I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't read the book.
Exactly. So somebody else reads the book. So you could end it when you hit the mission, which we did get the mission. Doug got that mission completed at some point.
Yeah.
But we decided to continue on.
Yeah, because we wanted to do the destiny.
We wanted to do the destiny. I finally got the destiny completed.
When you finish the mission, it'll tell you a number in the take book, which is the yellow book. There's all kinds of different colored books.
Oh, yeah, there's tons of books.
Depending on what action
7 different
doing,
books.
It's what book you're going into to do the number, though. But you could read the destiny's outcome, or not the destiny's, the mission's outcome, and then decide we're going to continue.
You can
to
either
do the
take
destiny.
a mission victory, or you can continue on.
But if you finish the destiny and read its outcome, you're done. Whether you finish the mission or not.
Yeah.
If you read the destiny, you're done. So you might be able to finish the destiny off. Just don't read it until you get the mission done. Then you can read the destiny one. Also had a book of, what was that one?
The Book of Secrets, and there was a Book of Maps.
It was called something different though, but it had a bunch of maps in it though.
Oh, I think it was the Book of Maps.
Called Book of Maps.
I kept looking at it at one point. I kept spending cubes to look at one of the maps
constantly
because I could not make heads or tails out of where I was. I kept trying to find
Vantages.
it. Book of Vantages. Okay, well, it's full of maps,
and it tells you right on the book too. Do not look inside unless instructed.
Yeah.
Now,
and I had 2 different cards that let me look at
book
it.
And the back end of the Book of Secrets is the start of the game. It tells you what to do at the beginning of the game and how to do this and how to deal out that and everything, though. But I did think, though, the 2 blue books need to be different colors.
I agree.
Because there's a light blue and a dark blue.
They really should have made the Book of Secrets a different, or no, that was the exit book or something like that.
Yeah,
they needed to make that a different color.
On a card, there's a little dial up in the corner, and there's the north, south, east, west sides of it, and some might have numbers, but some might have an asterisk on it.
Yes,
and if it had an asterisk, you went to that
book,
the other blue book, and went to the card you're on's number, and it read to you as to where you're going, because it'll say, am I going north, am I going south, am I going east, or am I going west, and you would read that thing there.
So if I'm on card 790, I would say, okay, I've got an asterisk, I'm going north on card 790, and whoever else is reading for me would grab that book, look up 790, look up north, and then read that passage to me.
Yeah. And sometimes there's a skill check in there that you have to do.
Yeah, there sometimes is. And most of the time it was. If you took the asterisk, it was always a skill check.
You had to do something.
It was rough terrain. It was swimming through something, climbing mountains, whatever. And even if you went just straight to another card, it was always a skill check of 1, but it just told you, okay, there was one point I was on card 140 or 141, and I was going to 140. Literally flipped the card over. Okay, I'm there. you know?
Yep.
So, yeah.
So we've been talking gameplay here. Ease of play. What do you think? This is another very intimidating game. There is. We watched some videos on it, and
I think it's just because there are so many options.
Yeah, Watch It Play's video of how to play this is like 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to understand on what you're doing. But as Doug said it best when we got ready to go, because we were all still kind of like, I think you got it. That's like, well, we'll work through it. By the second or third round, we'll know what's going on, and it'll flow through. And by the second or third turn, we knew exactly what was going on. And everything went smooth.
There was very few times we had to enter the rule book after that.
Yeah, the only downtime you get, and there's really not a lot of downtime, because when somebody's going, you're listening to what's going on, then you're like, and you kind of share, it's like, I think you should do this. No, you should do that. Because you're actually connected to each other by ear mics or what they made it say comm links. That's what they said.
Essentially.
So everybody can help you decide what you're going to do,
decisions.
But they're not rolling the dice for you or nothing. No. But they can add.
They can use some of their skill tokens to reduce your difficulty.
So the more tokens you had, the less dice you had. But you wanted to get those dice. Once you started going through the dice, you wanted to get all those dice up there so you could reset. So everybody's slots open back up.
Yeah. There came a point where none of us were using tokens for hardly anything.
Yeah, I was starting to collect them. I'm going, why am I doing this? I want to get these dice up there and then get everything cleared back out.
Well, and some of the dice gave you benefits. I mean, I had one that gave me health.
Yeah, well, I had that one where I was the first one to do it. It was the part on my main character card.
Oh, yes. On your main character card, you can basically train or research or something like that. Master.
It was called Master.
Yeah.
And the card came out, and then for every red skill die, I had a spot I could put it. And when I put it, I got what did we call those cubes? They had a name to it, but basically you got to put a cube on the master card, and when it filled up, you now traded your character in for another character, for an upgraded character. Basically, is what it is. But I did like
those cubes were handy.
Yeah, when you got a cube, depending on what card you used, it had to go on that card that you used. Yes. So if I used my character, the cube would go on the character card.
Right.
If I used like this flora I had, that would go on that. The cube would go on that flora card because most of the cards had little slots for it on. Okay, so ease of play was once you get going, it just like any heavy game. Once you get going, you understand everything. It goes so easily so I think the next time we play this, it should go pretty quick. Then game components. We have almost everything you could get for this game. The only thing we didn't buy was the plastic insert for all the cards and everything. Ours is the cardboard inserts, and it works just fine because the cards don't come out of the box unless somebody needs that card.
Right. Yeah, no, we've got the metal coins, which are gorgeous. We've got the wood components. I think the components are fine. The artwork is great.
The metal coins are 10s, 5s, 2s, and 1s, and they fit together to make the shape. I'm not sure why.
I don't know.
I thought I had heard something that there was a reason they did that, but it's not like when it fits together, it's like 10 coins or something, or 20 coins or something like that. It was like 17 or 18.
It was 18.
It was like 8. Okay, now I have 18 coins, but I'm not sure why he made it where it fits together.
And coins literally came in nowhere in that game. None of us ever had the opportunity to sell anything. None of us ever had the opportunity to buy anything.
Yeah, because if you came across the thing that you could trade, some of your stuff had a little coin
value on it,
icon on it with a value in it, and you could trade it for that. Or none of us did the buy action because nobody had any coins. But there was a way to get coins.
If you could trade them off.
On your card.
Oh, that's true.
You could spend two of your cubes
to get a coin.
Get a coin or
re-roll a die. No, I'm sorry. You get a blue token.
Yeah, you get one of the travel tokens or whatever it was.
The travel tokens.
But yeah, the metal coins is worth it because if not, it's cardboard.
Yeah, but again, you don't hardly use them.
Yeah, you don't really use it. So, and there wasn't.
But they are gorgeous coins.
Artwork.
I like the artwork.
The artwork's really cool
The
because
artwork was
every
very
card
neat.
is different artwork.
Yes.
And who did I say did the artwork on this game?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I think the artwork's gorgeous. So,
the front of the box is kind of, it's like it's supposed to be a real picture, but you can kind of tell it's not. So
yeah, it's a painting.
Yeah, definitely a painting. And that's the way all the cards were. This is another one. The artwork on the box went into the game too.
Yes.
Everything
it's beautiful
kind of
artwork.
matched.
Yeah.
Now, I did have the one card. There's so many cards in here, so don't worry about if we say something about a card, because it's like, well, you could play this game 400 times and never get that card.
Yeah.
But I had a card that it was on the side of a mountain, and one of the icons for the skill discs looks like a power on button. But the side of this mountain had that icon on the side of it. And I'm like okay, so I guess we can turn the mountain on? Because it has this icon on it that looks like I can just press it and turn it on.
Those were actually runes.
Those were
and
runes.
They did come into play throughout the game, yeah.
So the artwork was really cool in this game.
Yes.
So, final thoughts? Oh no, I'm sorry. We forgot replayability.
Okay.
There is a million times over replayability in this game because there's so many cards.
There's so many different ways you can go, and the more you play it, you're going to learn more about the world itself, and you're going to have a better idea of where you need to go.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think we played for 6 hours and 5 hours, and we barely scratched the surface.
Yeah. Now I'd heard on this too that if you go forward, you can't go backwards to the card you were just on. But there was a couple of cards, because of where I went in the game,
that
I could no longer go forward unless I went and searched for something. I could continue forward, but the direction going backwards was the only other option I could go.
Yeah.
And it went right back to the card I was just on.
Yes, and I had a couple like that too. I'm thinking that reference we heard was in reference to some of the asterisk locations.
Yes.
When you had to go in asterisk, and then if you came back, you ended up someplace else altogether.
Yes.
We never tested that, so I don't know. Maybe next game.
Maybe next game.
Yeah.
In a month. I imagine they'll probably want to play this again.
Possibly. I don't know.
Because we got to play this with Doug and Sarah on our cooperative Sundays. One Sunday a month, we always get together with the four of us and play a cooperative game.
Yeah.
We just got done with Role Player Adventure, and now we're on to Vantage.
Yes.
Okay, so now final thoughts.
My final thoughts? Okay. If I'm honest, I was
what we're here for.
Bored for probably half of this game.
I
lost interest probably by about 3 o'clock. About the time we found the mission and everybody else wanted to go on, I didn't veto it, but okay, fine. I was bored.
Yes.
And I think part of that was because everybody else was finding all these really neat things, and you were exploring and doing all this stuff, and each person's turn was taking between 7 and 8 minutes. And my turn? Oh, I'm moving. Flip my card over. I'm done. Literally 5 seconds. Here's my token. Flip my card over. Doug, it's your turn again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that happened multiple times.
I seen that happen. I was like, oh boy, she's not getting anything done.
Multiple times. Yeah. And I sat there and I watched the clock, and it would be 25, 30 minutes till my next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple times. I was bored. I'm hoping a second play will be better, and that I will end up someplace where I'm exploring a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, I'm not impressed. I can see the potential. I do see the potential. But so far, I'm not impressed. It's going to take more plays to convince me.
Well, there you have it. I really liked the game, but I wasn't having the game you were having.
No.
I got into an area where it was constant, everything.
Yes.
There was something going on constantly. Yes. So my turns took a little bit longer because there's more stuff to deal with on my card.
Yeah.
But
no, I never once used any of the powers around me. Not once. Nothing ever came up where I could use any of those extra cards I kept collecting. I could never use them. I literally only used my character, and that was it.
Really? There was nothing on the cards you could use?
Never. I never got a chance to use any of those cards until I built that one item, until I got the blueprint and finished the game by finishing the Destiny at 6 p.m. That was literally the only thing I ever used. So I was bored out of my mind for more than half the game. Sorry, guys.
Hey, that's what we're here. Honest opinions.
So yeah, if I had to rate it right now, it'd probably be a 5. If I had to rate it right now, 5 out of 10.
I'm not that much higher. I'm probably at a 7 right now.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
I know
really
right now it
game.
has like an 8.2 on BGG.
Yes, I do want to explore this some more.
Yeah, I'm willing to explore it some more. I'm hoping that.
Hopefully, your next game will
I'm
be
hoping
a
it'll
lot
be
more
better.
exciting.
Yes, I'm
and
hoping
I can
it'll be
see
more
that
exciting.
happening. Is like you picked a route that just wasn't all that much going on, and you didn't get the cards you needed.
I could not imagine the downtime in a 6-player game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'd have gotten up and gone and done laundry or dishes, or if we played 6 players, I will be doing other projects in between my turns because that would be.
Well, this game's just
horrible.
It's our current.
No, I know.
Cooperative Sunday
yes,
game.
I know.
So.
But it plays 6 players.
Yes,
could
I know.
not even imagine this in 6 players. How long it would take.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so there you have it. Vantage. I given it a 7 currently. You're giving it a 5.
Yeah.
Katie's not impressed right currently yet. We're
Nope.
going to get some more plays of this though, and we'll talk about it later. Maybe when we get to the V's and for our playing through our collection, maybe she'll like it by then.
Maybe. We'll see if we have a chance to play it between now and then.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Okay.
We're only in the where are we?
We're
at?
in the U's.
We're in the U's.
Of course, right now we've been in the U's for a month and we've played 5 games.
Well, let's go back to the beginning of the podcast as we talked about your back pain and your back surgery and everything.
It's been a busy couple
You
of
can't
weeks.
stay seated that long.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Uno doesn't take that long to play, though.
we'll see.
Anyway.
We will see. So this is going to do it for episode 10. I'm deeming it the Vantage of an Unconscious Mind. If you like this episode and haven't subscribed to the podcast, please do so by going to iTunes, Spotify, and while you're there, give us a rating and comment. This is how others can find the show. You can also show your support by becoming a Patreon member and see content only Patreon backers get to see. Go to patreon.com/the Meeples Society. But in the meantime, if you want to follow us on social media just to keep up with us and see what we're doing, just follow the links in the show notes. There you'll find links to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, Discord, Blue Sky, and our merch shop. Or you can contact us directly at meeplesociety@mail.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the next one.